Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you. Another offering of my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler video series videos I've been doing for a little while now. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat the stuff, I drink stuff. Then, folks, I'm going to talk about the stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that, well, at the time I'm doing this, it's a little bit of a dreary day, but if I'm entirely honest with you, this right here is Brandon Wenzel weather. What's Brandon Wenzel weather? You might ask, you're not, but I'm going to tell you. Brandon Wenzel weather, think like 60 or so degrees, we could go a little bit into the 50s, high 50s, low 60s. A little overcast, don't need the sun, I'm not a fan. Not trying to be dreary like boo guy about it, I got sensitive eyes, I don't like dealing with the sun. That's where we're at right now. That puts me in a good mood, folks. But aside from that, I'm inside the truck wearing a crappy work shirt, although this one's pretty crappy. But it's not super grody at the moment, so I didn't have a super grody night at work. But when I've got truck stuff and grody work stuff that's not that grody anyway, chances are that I was on my way to a place, I found a thing to review. It's very much the case today. I was on my way home from work, and I decided to stop off at a gas station, and I found, boom! It's Calypso! It's super green! It is Kiwi Lemonade. Oh my, folks. I love Calypso. Straight off, that's the thing. If you're not familiar, their lemonade brand, they're pretty regularly available around where I'm at. I love them. I don't think I've had a flavor of theirs that I've tried that I've disliked. I've had a couple that I felt were a little underwhelming, but I've liked all of them. I like them. They typically have like the perfect amount of tartness for me. A lot of times they'll go over there. I personally like when there's, a little bit of pulp in the lemonade. Typically they just leave a little bit in there. It's a nice little texture thing for me. I've never, however, seen Kiwi Lemonade. I saw this. Not to mention, I love this color. Right off the bat, I love this coloring. It's kind of a sea green, which is like probably my favorite color. Just saying. It's so festive and fun. I would almost hate to drink it. But I'm definitely going to drink it. That's going to happen. So let's see how it is. Shake it up a little bit. Be a good palate cleanser after working. I work in a place there's, metal dust in the air and stuff like that. Clogs up the old sinuses and such. So something nice and acidic. Oh, I can see the little bits. I love the little bits. I don't know why I smelled the cap. It smells good. I like kiwi as a flavor. It just needs to be used in the right way. Let's see if Calypso did so. I'm having fun with words today. Okay. All right, well, right off the bat, the elements that I previously talked about are still there. It still has the little bits in it, and mind you, it's not heavy on the pulp or anything, but there's enough, like I said, just to give it a little extra texture. Then, still got the tartness. Now, for me, I love lemonade. It's like probably one of my favorite drinks, and I'll go in for most types of lemonade. I do, however, prefer lemonades that have a little bit of a tartness to it. Doesn't have to be extreme, but I like to know I'm drinking a lemonade. I don't like it when it's too sweet. This, it's sweet, especially with the kiwi, kind of flavor to go with it. But it does go over there after the sweetness. You still get that nice tart aspect of it, which for me, that's perfect. That's what I want. Now, in terms of I'm super hand motiony today. In terms of everything else, the kiwi flavor is very abundant. It's one thing with all the Calypso stuff. They're super flavorful. Whatever they're putting in there, you're going to taste it. If it says it's, this flavor, you're going to taste that part of the flavor. So, you do get a kiwi aspect of it, and it's undeniably kiwi-ish. It's both sweet, plus it kind of adds its own sort of tartness aspect to it. Kiwis are, they're a little tart. It's very much at the forefront. Like, the lemonade aspect of it, while it's still present to some extent, it's mostly the acidity and the tartness that the lemon aspect of it is playing with. I do think it blends a little bit with the kiwi, but the kiwi again is really at the forefront. So it kind of depends on how much you like kiwi as to whether or not you're going to be into this. I like kiwi to an extent. Like I said, I think in certain things, I think it's, done well. It's not a fruit that I'm just going to eat for the sake of eating a fruit. I don't think I've ever done that in my life. I actually still remember the first time I ever had a kiwi. We're going a little bit of a story time. I was probably around 9 years old or so. I was hanging out with my friend. I just moved to the city I was living in. It took me a little while to make friends, but this one friend, his name was Shosho. He was, I believe, Chinese. I was a little bit, he was of the Asian ethnicity. I apologize if he wasn't specifically Chinese, but I think that's what he was. I was a little bit too young to differentiate that stuff then. But he was my best friend at the time. I went over to his place, and he introduced me to kiwis and showed me how to eat them and stuff. I miss that guy so much. Sadly, we didn't get to be best friends for very long. He ended up moving later that year. But super good dude. I got to see him one more time after that. He actually stopped through and, we talked and stuff. So if by any miracle, Shosho, you happen to catch this, man, hit me up. Get me up in the comments or something like that, because you're a good dude. But anyway, we're going to go back to the kiwi lemonade thing. I like it. It's definitely not my favorite of the Calypsos. For me, the classic lemonade is still probably the best, because it's just lemonade, and that's really what I want the most. However, they have a pineapple limeade that I cannot for the life of me find. They used to have it at a gas station not too far from me, so I would go there to get it. Then they changed owners, then eventually they knocked down the entire building and put up a fucking 7-Eleven, which of course they don't fucking carry it. I've only ever been able to find it one other place, and it's like an hour drive away. And I love that stuff. That's probably my overall favorite, but this one, it's good. I'd put it sort of upper middle of the Calypsos that I've tried. Because again, a lot of it just comes down to how much you want that kiwi flavor. I like it, but it's not something I could see myself going over there and drinking with any real rapid succession. It's a bit much with the kiwi for me. But it is something that I would like to have available in my fridge as an option, because I know that maybe 1 out of every 5 times that I go to grab a Calypso, I would like to have one of these. Because it is refreshing, it's a good drink, it's tasty. Like I said, it's just a bit pungent with the kiwi aspect for my personal taste, but it's a nice add into the Calypso line. And if anybody's interested, maybe I'll go over there and do the rest of the Calypso stuff. Even though I've tried them before, I can still go over there and review them. But anyway, would I recommend it or not? Yeah, I personally, if you like lemonade, you know what, I'll say this. If you like lemonade for lemonade's sake, then this might not be for you, because it's not super highlighting the lemonade aspect of it. But if you like lemonades, you like something that's, got a little bit, like I said, a little tartness, a little bit of texture in it, give it a shot. Maybe you'll like it. I think it's worth at least giving it a try, because at the end of the day, for me, it's still a good drink. Anyway, folks, that's going to do it for me this time. 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of the day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of the month, stupendous rest of your folks. If you can go there and have yourselves a truly Kiwi'tastic rest of your life, because kiwis are good fruit. Plus, they hold a special place in my heart, with the memories of me and my friend Shosho. So, if you have a Kiwi'tastic life, then you too will have nostalgic memories that I hold close to my heart with my friend Shosho. Sure, why not? Final 2 things, folks. Number 1, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But you can't do it all the time. I know I can't do it all the time. Here's the Jew, folks. You try not to be an asshole. I can't emphasize enough how important that is, folks. But like I said at the beginning, try. Because you're going to fail. I'm going to fail. Everyone's going to fail sometimes. That's going to happen. But try to mitigate the level of assholesness in our lives. Hopefully, gets easier the next time around, easier still, and hopefully makes the world a little bit better place. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, maybe you're going to go over there. Maybe you're going to watch this video. You're going to be like, well, that kiwi lemonade looks and sounds pretty good, but that pineapple limeade, that really sounds like the business. And you're going to go out and you're going to check a couple stores. It's going to turn out that you have some close to you. And maybe if you live in the state of Illinois, you go over there and you hit me up in the comments section and be like, guess what, Brandon? There's this place and it's not super duper far away. Totally a place that you could go over there and get that stuff. And then I go over there and I go and I get some. You and me high five. It's a good time. We might even go on a wacky adventure. Maybe. Or conversely, you could do something that isn't that doesn't involve us doing a wacky adventure. I'm getting a little old for wacky adventures. I still got a few left in me, but, I'm getting closer to 40 than I'd like to admit. What could you do? What could you do? Folks, maybe go out to a shelter or something like that. Get yourself a pet. Pets are cool. I've got a few pets myself. I have hamsters and I have a hedgehog. I mean, I didn't get them at shelters. I got them at pet stores, but, I got a cousin. He's big into dogs and everything like that. He's got his last couple dogs from shelters, so maybe that's something you could look into. All right. Anyway, bye.